On this episode of What a Wonderful World, we're going to Houston, Texas to hang out with NFL running back and local star Ben Tate. When in Texas, do as the Texans do and have a steak. So we're going to take you to DelFrisco's to see if it's as good as they say it is. So hang out with us for the next 30 minutes and discover what a wonderful world it is. Welcome to What a Wonderful World. We're here today in Houston, Texas at Reliance Stadium behind me. We're here to see the Raiders and the Texans square off today for Sunday football. What the atmosphere here at Texas is crazy. Everything is big, it's beautiful. Yesterday we had the opportunity to sit down with Ben Tate at his house and interview him to ask him what he thought about football and how it was to play in the NFL. Let's take you to see Ben right now. Hello, we're here at Ben Tate's house with Ben Tate, who is a premier running back for the Houston Texans. Hello, Ben, how you doing? Welcome.
How you doing, Mr. Hammond?
Thank you for welcoming us to your home.
Oh, no problem. Glad to have you guys.
Ben, when you started as a kid playing Pop Warner football, you were 9 years old?
Well, actually, I was 8. My dad cheated my birth certificate so I could play. I wanted to play that bad.
Oh my God. Well, that's pretty good. How much did you weigh?
I don't remember my exact weight, but I actually remember me not weighing enough. It was a minimum weight limit, and I remember me having to put some weights in my pockets, and my dad made me drink a gallon of water so I could make the minimum weight.
That's cool.
Going back to Pop Warner, what's your best memory?
I'll probably say winning a championship because that's the only championship I've ever won was Pop Warner. So I would say probably winning a championship.
So going on to the next level, from Pop Warner to high school, I mean, your accomplishments are astounding. You set the Maryland State rushing record. To what do you attribute your success? I mean, I was there, I saw it firsthand.
Well, I would say, first of all, my family, I had a great support system. My family, my friends, everyone was always there pushing me to become a better player. And, I pushed myself. I didn't have to have anyone, around to tell me that I needed to work hard. It was just something I was always self-motivated. I always wanted to be the best. And not just the best in the state, I always wanted to be the best in the country. And that's, my goal still to this day. So, I put in a lot of hard work. That, people didn't see. Times where I was up late at night trying to go, get prepared for a Nike camp so I could be, someone that was, got noticed there, and there was times I spent late night up with my dad outside running shuttles and doing different things like that, so I put in a lot of the hard work. And then on top of that, we had a good team that year. We had good teammates, good guys around me, so, it was a fun year.
It was a good time. It was a good time for me, too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great time. Great time. I think we went pretty far in the playoffs that year, right?
Yeah.
One game away from a state championship.
Yeah, won the regional championship. So while we're talking about your days back at Stephen Decatur and Snow Hill, what are your fondest memories on and off the field?
Of course, at Stephen Decatur, on the field, just setting a record that year. Just going that far in the playoffs. That team, I think that was probably the team that I was on that was most. We had the most camaraderie. We was together. We always went out together. We did everything together. After the games, we were going out together, going to movies together. We did everything together. I say that was probably the best team that I was on that had the most camaraderie. To me, high school was a blast.
It's a G-rated show now.
Yeah. I can't. Some of these things can't be said, but definitely. We definitely had some fun nights together that I'll never forget.
I'll tell you what. That's another thing I don't think people see is that everything I watch you do in life, you do good, and You did great at football, but you also did just as well in the academic part too.
Yeah, the grades are important. A lot of kids don't realize you have to have good grades. I mean, I can name a couple players, but you always stayed top of your grades. And kids from now on, give them a little, tell them what they need to do. I don't care how good of an athlete you are.
Yeah, I mean, my family was always on me too about, you know, grades and how important it was. And I remember towards the end of one year, I wanted to play basketball. And my dad said, you know, if you come home with a C, like, I'm not letting you play basketball. You know, so they always stayed on top of me with my grades. And I think when I finished my high school, I finished with like a 3.7 or something like that. I think I finished with. So yeah, grades are important, and it also helps with recruiting. You know, because they can't say anything bad about you. Well, what's the red flag? Well, he got good grades. You know, how's he handle stuff off the field? He handles stuff well off the field. You know, so if you have good grades, you know, I mean, then even if you maybe have some issues off the field, maybe they can take that into account. Well, at least he's doing what he's supposed to do in the classroom. So grades are, you know, very, very important, and also important when you're trying to become eligible.
Jordan-Hare Stadium is the 10th largest college stadium in the country. What was it like running out in front of 88,000 Tiger fans for the first time?
The first time I remember coming out of the stadium, I just remember, you know, coming from where we come from, never playing in front of that many people. So the first time I came out there, I just remember just standing on the field and just looking around and just looking in the circles and just looking in circles like, wow. Like, I'm in college, like, this was my goal. Like, all right, I made it here. And I was just in awe. Like, I just remember looking around, and I was on kickoff return. I remember at the time, you know, like, I hear the whistle blow, and everybody's like, yo, Tate, come on, like, focus, let's go. And I'm like, oh my God. And all you can hear is, ah. I'm like, oh, man.
Benny, I was there. I went with your father to watch one of your games. He took me around tailgating with him, with me and Bobby. We were tailgating with your father. He was like a movie star. We went around, hey, Ben, come on over here and try this. The guy handed me a piece of pork. He says, try this, it got gunpowder on it. I'm like, man, I don't want to eat nothing with gunpowder on it. I'm thinking these people are crazy. But what he meant by gunpowder was salt and pepper. The people loved you there, and it was an awesome thing. I mean, I was in awe as a spectator. I could just imagine how you felt as a player.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome, you know, especially in the state of Alabama. They don't have, you know, an NFL team, you know, NBA team. So, you know, Auburn, Alabama, like, that's it. Like, those people there, once they get to know you and, you know, they love you, you know, they're like, you are the stars of them. So, I mean, with that comes, you know, responsibility, too. You got to make sure you're always doing the right things.
You finished up at Auburn, 5th all-time rusher, running back at Auburn. That's an accomplishment. That's an accomplishment. And I remember that Tuberville didn't give you the ball. You should have broke Bo Jackson's sophomore rushing record. Am I right?
Oh yeah, the freshman record. Yep. I had a chance to break Bo Jackson's freshman record, but I didn't get the ball. I mean, I think that's a great accomplishment. You know, especially with that university being known as running back U, to go to, you know, to a college like that that's known for having running backs and to finish in the top 5. You know, that's definitely an accomplishment. I feel like I could have did a little better. You know, I had a couple rough years there, but other than that, you know, it's a great accomplishment.
See, that's why I love you. You're so classy. Me, I could be mad for you. So we'll leave it at that.
The SEC is considered the powerhouse of college football. Explain to me what the atmosphere was like in terms of competition, especially at home and on the road.
Well, I mean, you're right. I still have debates and arguments with guys to this day about, you know, the SEC and guys, you know, here in the league who come from other conferences. You know, we all team up on them and let them know that the SEC is the best. And the competition level, you know, is very, very much so, you know, what people say is definitely one of the highest levels, I think, because once I got to the league, it wasn't that big of an adjustment for me because, you know, you're already playing against the guys that's, you know, top picks, going in the first round every year, going in the second round, you know, in the second round every year. So the competition level was definitely a high level, and it tested you week in and week out, especially when you went on the road. When you went on the road, the fans there were brutal. You know, things were being. I remember my freshman year going to Alabama, and we beat them, and bottles being thrown at us come out the field. We had to run straight out the field and keep our helmets on. You know, so the fans are very, very hostile. You know, especially places like LSU, Alabama, Georgia. You know, those places like that, the fans are very, very hostile fans. But at times, you know, you can sit back on it now and sit back and laugh and reminisce on those times and talk about those times, and it's great memories.
Benny, describe your emotions when the Texans traded up for you in the second round of the 2010 draft.
It's really tough to describe. You know, me sitting here, you asking that question, just kind of puts me back there in that time, you know, in the moment. And you know, to me, I mean, it was just a dream come true. Something, like I said, I've been wanting my whole life. That's what I felt like, you know, when I was 8 years old and I wasn't supposed to be on the field. You know, it started then, and my love for the game, it's always been there. You know, I couldn't say, you know, that it really came from anyone. You know, my dad never really pushed me to play football or do anything like that. So my love for the game has just always been there ever since I could remember. You know, I remember staying up late nights past my bedtime watching Monday Night Football, knowing that the TV, you know, was supposed to be off. And my dad coming into the room and being like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be asleep. Like, Emmitt Smith's playing, like, the game's on, you know? So, I mean, and that felt like everything that I've done throughout my whole life to get to that point, you know, all the work I put in. It's really hard to describe. You know, I was happy, crying, you know, everything. At the same time, I was frustrated because I was supposed to be picked a little earlier, you know, and those are still things that I hold into account to this day, and it still pushes me to work, you know, and I still say it to my position coach all the time. Y'all wanted Toby Gerhart, you know, y'all wanted to pick Toby Gerhart before me, you know, and just not just him, just a lot of other guys, you know, and that still pushes me to this day. And he always says, man, you never let stuff like that go. No, it motivates me. That's what motivates me, you know. So very, very emotional time, you know, for not only for me but for my family, because, you know, they see me work. They seen the time that I put in, the effort I put in, the things that I went through to get to where I'm at today. You know, leaving home, you know, not being able to come home on Christmases, not being able to come home on Thanksgiving, not being able to be there for a lot of my big family events. You know, we have such a tight-knit family. So those things were tough for me, but that's all the things that I sacrificed to get to where I'm at today.
Yeah, I know your work ethic. I know when I'm watching a game and you're in it, like, say if you don't get the first down or if you fumble the ball, if I'm the coach, I'm coming right back and giving you the ball the next time, because I know how you roll. And when you give it to you after that, you apologize by doing something great. That's what you do. That's what you're good at, and that's what I love about you.
Yeah, I think that's something that's always been in me ever since I remember in Pop Warner. You know, whenever I would mess up or do something wrong, and shoot, I remember the next play probably, you know,
right.
If we got the ball back, I was going to score a touchdown.
That's what I'm always screaming. Give him the ball back. Give him the damn ball.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just something that's always been in me. I feel like, you know, if I do something wrong, let me prove to you that, you know, that I can make it up.
So Ben, what's the most difficult part of being in the NFL?
I would just say just knowing the toll that it takes on your body. Other than that, to me, I'm doing what I love to do. I love to play a game of football. I always love to play it. So it's not about the money. It's just, you know, it's about what I love to do. This is what makes me happy. It's like, if you want to say it's my little zone, you know, whenever I have problems going on in my life or have something that, you know, that's struggling in my life when I'm on the field, you know, to me, it's all gone. I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about, you know, what I have to do the next play, what I need to do to help my team win. So to me, I would just say maybe the toll that I know it takes on your body.
And how about the best part? What's the best part of playing in the NFL?
Just sitting there thinking, like, I can't believe I get paid this much money to do something that I already love to do, you know, and I've always loved to do it. So I would say probably that's the best thing for me. You know, I'm not a guy who likes, you know, all the fame, and, you know, I'm not one of those guys that wants to be all out there like that. You know, that's never been me. I'm fine sitting in my house and no one noticing me. You know, as long as I'm out there on the field and they say, hey, that Ben Tate guy, you know, he's a great football player. So I think that's the...
Benny, let me ask you this. You're from the Eastern Shore. Back where we live, everybody's like Raven fans there. How was it feeling playing against the Ravens? And what was it like playing against Ray Lewis?
I remember my first time going up there to Raven Stadium, M&T Bank, playing the first game, you know, in front of my family. Everyone was there, my friends. And we lost. We lost the game, but I remember I wanted to do everything I could in my power to score a touchdown and have a good game. And after the game, Ray Lewis comes up to me. You know, I went and found Ray Lewis, and I went and told him, hey man, you know, I grew up watching you. Always been a fan of yours. Love watching you, and you know, Ed play. Grew up watching you guys. And he said back to me, he's like, hey, because he was like, you're from here. You're from Maryland. You're an Eastern Shore guy. I was like, yeah. And then he says, man, hey, you know, you're a hell of a football player. So you're a very, very good running back. You know, you just keep working at your craft, keep doing what you're doing. And he's like, you'll take this league by storm. And that's something to me that I will never forget. You know, coming from someone like Ray Lewis, you know, to me that was like almost one of the highest compliments, you know, I've ever gotten. You know, just those words from him.
And how about Ed Reed? I know you and Ed Reed played together a little bit this season. What was it like playing with him?
I love playing with him. That guy is so knowledgeable. He knows so much about the game. And I was constantly always picking his brain, you know, asking him little things. Hey, you know, what do you do for your body? You know, hey, Edwin, you know, I remember, you know, last couple of years, every time I play you, you know, I square you up, but I can't. I try to put my juke move on you, but I can't get you to move. Like, you're the only safety I can't get to move. Like, what do you do? Like, what do I need to do to get a guy like you, you know, that don't want to move when you know, just little things like that. And he's always, you know, telling me, oh, I can't tell you right now, you know, but I tell you at training camp, you know, like that. So
that's nice.
Yeah, Ed Reed was definitely a guy that, you know, I always stay in contact with, and he's a guy, he's a true genuine guy who, you know, he loves to help, you know, young guys like myself.
Benny, you're coming up. You're going to be a free agent at the end of this season. A lot of teams are looking for you right now. A lot of teams are looking at you. A lot of teams like you. I'm going to tell you something. I've been an Eagle fan all my life. I'm a Texans fan now because of you, okay? But if you go to Dallas, the first time I put on a Dallas jersey, I'm likely to throw up all over myself. What do you think of that? Please, let's go. You know, I hope somebody else picks you up besides Dallas, because I can't see myself in the number 44 Dallas jersey.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. It's going to be, you know, these next 7 to 8 weeks are going to be, you know, a big time for me in my career. I can definitely help myself make a lot of money. So, you know, I'm just real focused on, you know, playing the rest of the season, you know, to the best of my abilities. And seeing what happens at the end of the year, you know, that's going to be exciting. Very, very exciting time for me to see where I can end up. You never know what happens. So.
Yeah. Benny, before we leave you to rest up for the game tomorrow, what advice do you have for the kids?
I always say to work hard. Whatever you have your mind and goal that you want to do, or your goal set up that you want to do in life, just stick to it. So be dedicated. So hard work, dedication, and just never give up. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. And also come to my football camps when I bring them back home. They'll help you out.
Nice.
Benny, I would just like to personally thank you. I applaud you for everything you do for the community. It's important to give back to the community. It takes a village to raise a child, and that's awesome. If there's anything that we could ever do in the future to help you with your foundation, we'd love to contribute as well. Thanks again, Ben Tate, for proving what a wonderful world it is. Thank you, my friend.
Nantucket's in Fenwick Island is the locals' best-kept secret. Experience the area's finest dining in a beautiful, relaxing atmosphere. Feast on wonderful foods like fresh seafood from the docks, dry-aged steaks, and a bounty of other mouth-watering delights, including the best chowder in the area. Enjoy a fine wine from our wine collection consisting of over 100 varieties. Nantucket's, a great restaurant with a very cool tap room. Celebrate happy hour every day from 4 to 7. Bring your friends to Nantucket's because schmooze happens in Fenwick Island.
At Atlantic Physical Therapy, the care that we provide is top of the line. We are the most innovative and complete physical therapy clinic on Delmarva. With locations in Ocean Pines, Millsboro, and Laurel, and our recently opened facility in Salisbury, our clinicians provide one-on-one quality care. Our new facility in West Fenwick will be opening soon. When choosing a physical therapy clinic, make Atlantic Physical Therapy your choice, because we keep the care in healthcare.
Welcome to DelFrisco Steakhouse here in Houston, Texas. We're here with Ben Tate to have a meal for a king, because we're here with a king. King of the running backs, Ben Tate. We're getting ready to have a Texan-style feast, because you know the old saying, everything is big in Texas. So bring it, DelFrisco.
So I selected the 2010 Arietta Quartet. To me, this wine is exactly what you want out of an Napa Cab. It's flesh, it's rich, it has sort of a chocolate-covered cherry aspect to it, maybe a little bit of mocha. But really easy drinking, nice velvet mouthfeel.
That's an excellent choice, madam.
Thank you so much.
Arietta. Seems like we ordered every appetizer on the menu. Let's go crash the kitchen and see what they're doing back there. Oh, Maron, look at these guys. Working hard to make DelFrisco's as good as it gets. This is the best. Everything is so nice and clean. These guys are working hard. There's nothing better than hanging out with Ben Tate and my boys in the Houston, Texas private room. Oh, our appetizers are here. Look at this. We got lobster tempura, king crab cocktail, calamari DelFrisco, burrata cheese, and the signature double eagle steak from my main man, Sadie, the general manager of DelFrisco's. Benny's been bragging about this calamari, how good it is. Let me tell you something. I'm in fat guy heaven over here. This is so good. Oh, Maron, look at this.
Best, huh?
Wow.
I told you.
That is good.
I told you.
That is good, man. Oh, man. Oh. This is my problem. I've got a love affair with food. I'm Italian, that's what we do. After we ordered every appetizer, it looks like every waiter in the place came out to wait on us here at DelFrisco's. One brings this, one brings that. Look at this. Now we got DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver for the Texans, bringing us mushrooms. How good is the service here? This food is so good, I'm eating it like it's my job. Everything is made to perfection, just like they said it would be at DelFrisco Steakhouse here in Houston, Texas. Now, oh, Maron, they're gonna bring me dessert after all this? Look at this. Maybe I'll just have a berry or two, or no, a little piece of that cake. What a great, great time we had here with Benny Tate in Houston, Texas at DelFrisco's.
Well, there's a funky little place on the edge of town called the Lobster Shanty, so come on down. You have a good old time, family atmosphere, great food, nice folks, and nice cold beer.
It's Fenwick.
Route 54 for the best seafood here on the shore. Come on by, make yourselves at home at Twining's Lobster Shanty.
Look for the big red lobster in the sky.
Twining's Lobster Shanty.
You choose Atlantic Physical Therapy over any other physical therapy clinic. As a sign of our appreciation for patient loyalty, we will be there for you if and when you reach your yearly cap, regardless of your insurance program.
We will sit down with you and figure out what works best for you and your financial situation. So remember, when choosing a physical therapy clinic, make Atlantic Physical Therapy your choice.
We keep the care in healthcare. Here we go. Going to Kenny and Ziggy's. Have some Jewish deli here, way south of New York City. Come on in. Who would have known this far south in Houston, Texas, that we could find a Jewish deli comparable to the Carnegie Deli or to the Katz Deli in New York City, which to me personally is one of my favorite places, especially on a Saturday afternoon for a nice brunch. Look at this place. This place is amazing. It just doesn't have the old feel, but who cares? The food looks great. Everything looks delicious. So here we go again, trying to eat some more stuff. Look where they put us. They put us in the schmooze room. Let's go schmooze. Here we go, lox and bagels, my favorite. Let me show you how I do it. This is my perfect way to do bagel and lox. I like it on an everything bagel with cream cheese, and capers, a little salmon, tomato, an onion, a little bit of lemon. Forget about it, delicious. Mangiamo. You got the chopped chicken livers here. This looks delicious. I'm gonna spread a little bit of the liver on there. I like it with a little bit of onion. That's delicious. That is delicious. After all that, now they come out with the overstuffed sandwiches. We had pastrami, we had corned beef, we had the tongue, which I'm not real fond of myself. My kid, he loved the pastrami. Matthew loved it to death. Bobby, he likes the corned beef. Me, I like the pastrami and the corned beef. Mixed together, a little coleslaw on top. Delicious. Now we're done with the sandwiches. I remembered on the way in I saw this dessert cart. Everything looked great. Banana cream pie, cheesecake. I say yes to Kenny and Ziggy's in Houston, Texas.
At Atlantic Physical Therapy, the care that we provide is top of the line. We are the most innovative and complete physical therapy clinic on Delmarva. With locations in Ocean Pines, Millsboro, and Laurel, and our recently opened facility in Salisbury, our clinicians provide one-on-one quality care. Our new facility in West Fenwick will be opening soon. When choosing a physical therapy clinic, make Atlantic Physical Therapy your choice, because we keep the care in healthcare.
Hi, my name is Charles Kernan. I'm a physical therapist from Atlantic Physical Therapy, and I wanted to take a couple moments today to just go over a couple preventative measures we could do for our children and their postures. A lot of our kids are spending a lot of time these days in front of their computers, with their telephones, and their tablets. What's bothering me is their posture. A lot of them are assuming a flexed pattern where they're forward in this position all their times and their heads are flexed. If we could just take a few moments to teach them a few simple, easy exercises that would take a minute to two a day, I think it would be greatly beneficial in the future. This is a real simple exercise that can be done in any household. You just ask your child, put both hands on the doorway, keep your head back, and lean into it. You want to hold this position for about 30 seconds, and you could do this 5 times a day. This is also beneficial for adults too, who are spending a lot of time at their computers. Once again, you're just going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. You're going to open up the chest, the shoulders, and keep your head in extension. Try this a couple times a day with your children, make them get used to it, and hopefully they won't develop a posture like this when they're 30. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in Houston, Texas for our very first What a Wonderful World with running back Ben Tate. I could pretty much guarantee that he won't be in Texas next year, at least not in Houston, as he's the most coveted running back in the NFL. Everybody's looking to get Benny. Everybody. Be sure to join us next time as we take you back to Delmarva to go inside the professional and amateur boxing world with Hal Chernoff, one of my great friends and one of the best trainers I know, as he takes Alex Guerrero to Dover for a professional fight. Ci vediamo and God bless.